And a big reason why they've been so successful.
Eric Spoelstra has been a bit busy as Sioux Falls comes up with the steal. Liggins shielding off Majet, and it's stolen back by LA, but Spoelstra and Craig have texted during these playoffs. Blue knocks down the mid-range too, and just bringing up Spoelstra's name to Coach Craig yesterday just brought a smile to his face.
It did, but you talk to anyone around the organization, the league, they said their work ethic is so similar, their demeanor, the manner in which they communicate and articulate to players. And Dad Craig said he loves the opportunity to not only coach teams, but just how to manage staff, how to delegate tasks.
A shot of him. The LA job opened up because Connor Henry, who was supposed to be the head coach of the Defenders this season, earned a job as an assistant with the Orlando Magic. It's not just the players, but the coaches also looking for that call-up. DJ Schumpert with a good block of spikes. And while Sioux Falls
with one another, an impressive group, but it does start with KCO, as I think we've seen it in practices, speaking with him, the attitude that he brings.
Air ball at the end of the shot clock. Lead for Sioux Falls is 8. They jumped out to a 10-0 start to begin the game. Majet driving. The kick out to Harper. The outside shooting so important in game 2. It's not there in game 3. Blue can't hit from the outside.
Contrast because of their limitations at depth, and also because the way the Skyforce team plays, wanting to slow things down to a half-court game.
Paulo uses the screen. Murray pump fakes from a 3. Spikes keeps it alive. Three-quarters of a minute to go in the first. Teray Murray, fending guards in the league. #1 in steals, but also the type of player that's willing to give up his body for the good of the team. Blue drives up with the left hand, does not get the roll. Ray Ingram rattles one in. 7-point game, 2 seconds to go. Liggins to Paulo. Beat the buzzer, but it's off the iron, no good. Back in 2014 for Oklahoma City, had a couple of stints overseas, and he thought this year his best option would be to play in the D-League. He joined LA in January and earned the Impact Player of the Year award for the D-League.
You can't ask for much more out of Ryan Gomes, and he said, I didn't want people and want myself to say, whatever happened to Ryan Gomes? Does he have anything left? He said, I wanted to leave the game on my own terms, and certainly not to say that this is the last year that he will be playing, but he put on a show for the D-League and for plenty to see during these playoffs.
Rodney Magruder scores to open up the second half. And so in Gomes, you're losing a big body, a big scorer, and a huge veteran presence that so many of these younger players looked up to.
I mean, he is a guy that has just shown a professionalism. And he said, I like to teach these guys what it means to play in the D-League, to be an NBA player, and what it means to be a professional.
Josh Majet on the pull-up.
And I don't care how many players that this Los Angeles team continues to lose, I promise you we're going to see them fight till the end, because we have seen that throughout the playoffs. Impressive in just their grittiness and the moxie that they bring to the floor.
DJ Schumpert taking the place of Ryan Gomes to start the third quarter. Justin Harper with a weak side block. And the shot clock expires. We mentioned the journey.
Early on his career in Boston, some of his best years there in Minnesota, ended up getting amnestied from the Clippers. And he said, that's where I started to decide, what do I want to do in my career? How do I want to leave this game?
DeAndre Liggins with the help defense. Defensive Player of the Year in the D-League comes up with a big block and a whistle away from the ball.
Is something to be said about the growth of the D-League, and also just a player maturing and understanding maybe where his career is at, what's left for him. And that's what he said. It was being older, it was being more mature, and it was making a decision during the first round and then in the finals against Austin. And just 2 points here tonight, a big piece missing for the Los Angeles team that relies so heavily on their starters.
The path to the championship for Sioux Falls has just opened up in a big way as Jarnell Stokes scores from the outside. His first bucket of these finals, not in the paint.
And you don't want to overlook Stokes and what he's trying to show in terms of extending his offense and improving his outside shot. That's going to be one of the biggest factors if he can be an NBA player.
Rebounded by Harper. Six on the timer. Majette out to Harper. Weak side rebound, Stokes. On the floor with 3 fouls. Magruder, Liggins, Trollick, Stokes, and Paulo. Schumpert rebounds, playing in the front court with Harper, Ingram, Blue, and Majette, the rest of the 5. Paulo, crossover against Majette. Smile to his face to think about how far he's come in terms of his individual development.
It's crazy to think what can happen in a year, but he said, good, nice dunk by Schumpert, pass by Majette. In fact, we can talk player to player on the Skyforce team. There's so much talent as we see Liggins drain the 3 on the other end.
20-point lead for Sioux Falls. Ingram lost the dribble. Here's Magruder. Kick out Liggins, wants another 3. In and out. Up ahead to Blue. Euro step in the lane and the foul. The Heat, the parent club of Sioux Falls, for the last 3 years, the exclusive affiliate, and they've made the playoffs each year. Entry into Stokes. Majette gets underneath. Well, Josh Majette has earned the attention of this Skyforce crowd. Skip to Liggins. Schumpert sets the screen. Pull up, Vanderblue. Off the iron, no, collected with 3 seconds left. Magruder at the buzzer would not have counted. The best.
It's what Dan Craig preaches, and it's what his system requires, and each one of these players has trust in one another, as we see Whittington add into the show, but it's a trust and it's the unity of this team, as Dan Craig says it, that each player knows that they've got the back of their teammate who can step in and help contribute to what they're trying to do. With
Sarah Kustok, David Resnick, Sanford Pentagon in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Game 3 of a best-of-3 in the D-League Finals. Sioux Falls took Game 1 on the road in LA. The Defenders won Game 2 to set up this decisive Game 3. The Defenders already shorthanded entering the night, lost Ryan Gomes at halftime, and Sioux Falls exploiting, using their depth to take a big-time lead here in the 4th, trying to close out the finals. Andre Ingram from the corner. And you saw it early. So many of these players playing major minutes last night for LA. A lot of their shots have been short.
They have been, and credit the Skyforce defense, because we know that they, to the way this Defenders team has continued to fight.
LA with just 48 points here in the 4th quarter. Team that averages well over 100 during the regular season. Majette the miss, flying in, Schumpert denied by Whittington, out of bounds.
And Schumpert showed some bounce, some athletic in a reserve role for LA.
Vanderblue off glass, no. Greg Whittington secures the
in that manner.
It was early in game one for these two teams that had not seen each other during the regular season. The jarring started very early.
It didn't take long. And you wonder that because they're not familiar with one another. You're not facing up against each other during the regular season. But they knew exactly what was at stake.
The Jets scores underneath, just the 49th and 50th points here for LA. Their lowest output of the postseason, 83 on the road against Austin. This #1 rated Sioux Falls defense doing a number on the defenders. #1 during the regular season, points per game, #1. Opposition field goal percentage. Very few open looks on offense for LA. Ingram hoists up a transition three.
Well, it's been a combination of a lot of things. One, the system and what they run defensively for Dan Craig and the emphasis on pressure, ball pressure. Nice shot though, it is. Good performance for Liggins thus far.
You know, the old folk law is that Jordan turned around to look at Marv Albert at the scorer's table, but don't know how true that is.
Liggins, I think, was maybe Dan Craig, his bench.
Very possible. Colorful characters on this team for sure.
Yes, they are.
Magruder baseline, swish. Sioux Falls with a 25-point lead against shorthanded LA. Harper fires from three, front of the iron.
We certainly don't want to get ahead of ourselves here, but we talk to both sides, but these players emphasizing just the opportunity to win a championship at the professional level. They said that's something that doesn't come along very often. They're savoring that chance. And you know, so many.
And that effectively ended their chances to take game 3 on the road. Extra pass to Murray. Stokes the offensive rebound. Whittington opts to take more time off the clock. Trawick against Schumpert. Murray. Whittington with 7 on the timer. Works against Harper. Trawick for 3. Offensive rebound, Boo-Boo Paulo. Into the MVP. Kick out Murray. Paulo takes it, defended well by Ingram, but he knocks it off of his own man. His choice was to come back to Sioux Falls.
Is that a major factor in that? Of course, the winning and knowing that this was a place where he can continue to improve.
Vanderbloom working against Benson, blows right by him and then misses the layup. Just that type of night for both sides. Paulo to Trawick and an exclamation point here in Sioux Falls. As a member of the Skyforce, started every single playoff game, and Sioux Falls will end the postseason with a 6-1 record. Benson the block. Blue lines up for 3, well short. Numbers for Sioux Falls. Out of bounds to LA.
And credit Sky for the job he did with his defenders team this season, and particularly throughout the postseason.
They emerged from the West as the #4 seed, winning a pair of game 3s on the road in prior rounds. Vanderbloom makes the layup, goes crashing into the crowd, and he's a bit slow to get up on the other end of the floor. He's starting to jog the other way. LA playing defense with just 4. Vanderblue trying to walk it off as Trawick got to the rim. Jamal Branch just checked in.
Just wanting to know that they gave it everything that they had. They said if that's what they do, then they can leave feeling satisfied.
Branch gets to the rim again, under 3. That really jolted this Skyforce team in the third quarter to take complete control of this contest. Stokes with 25 and 12. Liggins with back-to-back double-doubles. 11 points, 10 rebounds to close out the D-League Finals. Approaching 2 minutes to go in game 3. 7 on the timer. Benson from deep. Cleared away by Shumpert. For the second time in 4 seasons, LA will fall short in the championship. For Sioux Falls, making their first appearance in the finals, and they're 2 minutes away from their first D-League title. Saved by Paulo. Wraparound pass. Looking for spikes. Numbers for LA. Ingram gets to a good spot on the floor. And against the best competition in the postseason, they're going to win 6 of 7.
It's been unbelievable to watch. And again, that all starts at the top, and give credit to what Dan Craig has done coming over for his first season as head coach and understanding what this organization is about and bringing all of his knowledge and background and experience from his time with the Miami Heat.
Final minute. Another packed crowd inside of the Sanford Pentagon, creating such a great home court advantage for the Skyforce. They wanted a title, but they also wanted to secure it on their home floor in front of these fans.
They gave the fans plenty to cheer about, and these fans certainly came, packed the place, and have brought energy from start.